Good morning. It is 9:55 on the 5th of January. I'm on my way back from Jay's place. Is it a live recording, live podcast test? Anyway, so I'm having this thought as I'm driving along about relative reality. And my first thought was, well, if I believe in relative reality, up in the perception that reality will conform to what I think reality is, and therefore my own reality is true reality, and my own beliefs and my own opinions and my own worldview is my own worldview, and therefore it's true to me, and it's truth. That truth will die with me. One, that truth never existed until I existed, and two, that truth will die when I die, and it will cease to exist, and that will no longer be true for anyone. So what I believe, in the grand scheme of things, will be extinguished, because it was only true for me. Now, the second part of that is, I know that there must be, logically speaking, I know there must be objective reality, some reality that's beyond me. There has to be a concrete reality that transcends me. And the reason why I know this has to be true is as follows. One, I have not always existed. And two, I will at some day cease to exist in this physical form. Little caveat. So, therefore, if I have not always existed, and two, I will cease to exist, three, there must have been a reality beyond me in order for me to come to existence, to exist in that reality. There must have been a reality beyond me. So my reality cannot be ultimate truth. My perception cannot be ultimate truth. There has to be ultimate truth wherein I exist and wherein I gain my perceptions to create or understand and formulate what I believe to be my reality. But there has to be ultimate and absolute reality wherein I operate. If there is not an ultimate reality wherein I operate, then this is not an actual reality. This is a figment of something. But see, it can't even be a figment of my imagination, because if I never existed and there never was existence, how would I know what to create to call existence? Our minds only hallucinate, our minds only create images that mirror some sort of truth. Even if you go into dreams, and you go into these dreams, and I have a unicorn with a horn sticking out of its hip, or I have where'd you get a unicorn? So no matter what you have in your dream, no matter how bizarre your hallucination, no matter how bizarre your dreams, they are grounded in actual reality and are interpretations or interpretive manifestations of something concrete and absolute. So if you take that, therefore, when I misrepresent absolute reality in some sort of abstract way, I am not therefore creating an alternate reality. I am just creating a representation, misrepresented, but a misrepresentation nonetheless, of physical, concrete, absolute reality. And if you try to rebut or refute that, you are rebutting and refuting yourself. And again, making yourself moot. Because the moment you say, well, I believe this and I believe that, who are you? Where did you get your existence? Where do you get your reality? Because if you think about this, there was a time and place I did not exist. There was physical time where I did not exist. within that physical time of me not existing, something did exist. I came into being from nothing. You say, well, no, there was there was a sperm and the egg and the zygote and then the fetus, and then there were these chemicals, the RNA, the DNA, and they swirled together and they came and they were the foundation and building blocks of what now is you. Sound a little bit like Obama, but yes, chemicals and atoms did come together. But me, my self-aware, conscious self was not here at one moment, and then suddenly I was here. My consciousness came out of nothing. And there is no scientist worth their salt who would ever argue that non-physical entities evolved from physical entities, because that has never, ever, 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 ever been true. Non-physical cannot create physical. Physical can only create physical. So in that, what we have to look at, it's a very good reason on why they call making a baby procreation, because it's the same thing. We are procreating. We are again giving, God is again creating the creation narrative again and again. And every time a child is born, every time a child is reproduced, it is procreation. Out of nothing comes life. Out of nothing comes life. Two cells coming together should not create an entire being, self-aware, fully functional. It just shouldn't happen. But every time it does, it is procreation, ex nihilo, out of nothing, something. And so that's why relative reality is bunk. And if you buy into relative reality, I'm going to say right now that that is an intellectual cowardice. I don't mean that disrespectfully, I mean that literally. You're becoming arrogant and you're becoming prideful in something that you have nothing to do with. You didn't cause your self to be reproduced. You didn't cause your awareness. You didn't cause your consciousness. You didn't cause anything in your life. You didn't cause it. It happened regardless of your perception, regardless of how you viewed things. You came into existence, not of your own volition, your own will, but out of an absolute and concrete reality beyond yourself. Therefore, if you say that your reality is the only true reality, you are making moot the very fact of your own existence, which I think is a bit crazy. All right, that's all I have for right now. Talk to you guys later. Bye.